Hello, welcome to Switched On, and today we're going to look at a new series. We're going to start a new series on a new game called Farm Together. It's a new game that came out this week on the Switch. So we're going to start a new farm and play through and see how far we get. So first we're going to set up our farmer dude. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Let's not go too outlandish. If you haven't seen already, I've got a first impressions video. It's too casual for a farmer. First impressions video on my site about this. Just having a little chat about what the game is and what's involved. That'll do. We can always come back and change it at a later time. So if we go to, we need a new farm. So we just set up the default farm. Oh, Breezy Hills Garden, lovely stuff. I think we'll go with that. Actually, we'll change that. Almond Pastures. Don't like that either. Hate the word almond. Let's think of a name for the farm. How about Switch Farm? That will do. So we'll start a blank farm. Let's see how it goes. Right then, so this is your blank default farm that you start with. Let's have a little look around, see what we've got. So we've got some lettuce that are ready for harvesting. We've got some carrots that need watering. They're going to be ready in about 2 minutes. So I'll come back and harvest those in a bit. The well's ready for harvesting. Collect money from that for some reason. Let's have a little quick look around. All these farms when you start all look the same. But we'll have a quick look around anyway. So grapes, they're going to take an hour. Got a nice blank space up here. And a plot over here. What would be quite nice in this game is if when you started it was a little bit more randomised. That would be quite interesting. A bit like Minecraft is, you sort of get a randomised seed. Let's have a look at our quests. If you press the plus button, you can bring up the menu and look at the quest log. And this is a timed quest, Lovely Harvest. You have to collect 100 cotton candies before Valentine's Day, basically, 14th of February, so about 10 days away. But this is our first actual in-game quest, Unbearable. So the Zoo of Linamel has done a request to all farmers, excellent English there by the way, has done a request to all farmers to bring food for their animals as they're having a rough time lately. Anything for a good cause, right? So they basically want 8 lettuce and they're going to give us a medal and 10 XP for completing that. So if we press X to pin that, then see on the right hand side we get a little reminder of what we need to do. So we need 40 lettuce. So at the minute we haven't got a tractor. We're picking these bad boys by hand. Picking them up. As you may have seen in trailers or if you watch my other video, you do eventually and pretty quickly unlock a tractor, which helps speed this up massively. But pick these carrots as well, just so we can clear this little area. Water these and speed this up. And again, just to remind you, watering, you don't need to water your crops. They literally just speed up the time it takes to get them ready for harvest. So if you wanted to, you could just leave them at all, not water them. But there we go. So that's that field empty. So now we can plough this field. I'm going to try and keep these episodes fairly short, sort of 15 minutes tops. Nothing worse than an episode of something that drags on for an hour. Especially when you're just ploughing a field by hand. Much more fun when we get a tractor. Right, so we collected 8 lettuce of the 40. So we need another 32. And a little tip here, already very early, is to build your fields so they're in 3x3s. Basically, if I was in a tractor, I'd go to this middle plot here, and then the 3 tiles all around me, so in front of me, behind, and to either side, I'll be able to work on. So you can see at the minute, if I did that, I'd have these 3 tiles here not being used. It's a bit inefficient. So what we're going to do is we're going to come out another 2, and this means we'll have a 3x3 grid here and a 3x3 grid here, and then the same this side. And again, if you're a little unsure on that, you'll see why that makes sense once we unlock the tractor. So there's a little field, looking good, and let's get some more lettuce planted. Quick overview of this on the right hand side. Obviously you can see what it looks like, and then underneath 15 gold to buy. You can plant in any season, so that's spring, summer, autumn, winter, those symbols underneath. And when you harvest, they're worth 30 gold each and give you 1 XP. So you're basically doubling your money on these. And then underneath that, so it takes 10 minutes to produce, and then it's a resource type of vegetable. And again, explain what that is a little bit later in the series when we open up our shops. So let's actually select lettuce and get these planted. Again, planting by hand. When we've got the tractor, you can do 9 squares at a time. But for now, working day and night, planting by hand. So this is a really good game if you haven't picked it up yet, or you're thinking of picking it up. It's really good fun. It's not something like, I don't know, Stardew Valley or Harvest Moon, something like that. That's got a little bit more, you know, they're more RPGs with a farming style. This is just purely farming. If you remember the old mobile game Farmville, which you're basically just planting stuff, waiting for it to grow, harvesting it, and then that sort of gives you money and XP, which unlocks more things that you can add to your farm, and so on and so on. This is like a 3D version of that. But as the name suggests, as we just burst into summer, you can farm together. So you can play online with randoms or friends. You can have up to 8 people in a farm at any one time, which is really cool. Seems to be a few issues at the moment in being able to detect many people's farms. It just seems to be a list of 4 that appears on the multiplayer screen. I'm just going to run over here and do some harvesting of the trees. Yeah, only seems to be a list, sort of when the list of rooms that are available come up, only seems to be 4, which obviously limits the viewability of everybody else's farm. You can search, there's a filter button, so you can search for your friends. So if you know if your friends are online but they're not appearing in that list, then just do a little filter search for them and you should find them. So here again, this 3x3 grid leaves these 3 over, so a little bit inefficient. What we should be doing really is planning out this farm a little bit better. We're just sort of accepting the defaults that they've given us, but we can change it over time. I'm not quite keen on just being a random field right over here. But we can stick some peanuts in there. They don't give you as much money. Well, they don't double your money. You pay 40 and they're worth 65 each. Take 30 minutes to harvest, but they're worth 3 XP. I think we'll plant some of those for now. Maybe if we plant a 3x3 of those, and we'll pick something else, although we're not going to get our tractor in the next 30 minutes, but yeah, we've got nothing else that we can plant. We've got a vegetable stand that we can build, which might not be the worst idea to start getting us some diamonds, even though it's very expensive. It costs 1,000 coins to build, and we've only got 1,500. But once we start harvesting, yeah, we could really... Oh, where's it gone? We could really start getting plenty of diamonds, which we'll need for decorations and fencing and stuff. So that might not be a bad idea to start collecting vegetables. Maybe we'll leave planting anything else for now in this field. See, you might notice there in the bottom left corner, when we water, this reduces the time at the moment to build by about 4 minutes, but you know, it's still 25 minutes for those. So let's have a run back over here, see how our lettuce are doing, grab some apples on the way. Give all these a big water. How much is that saving? So it's going to take 6 minutes. 4 minutes 40, so it is reducing it down a nice amount. We get these going. So how many have we got? 9, 18, 27. So we've got 36. So this harvest will be enough to complete that unbearable quest. So I think with the amount of time we've got left for these to grow, we'll finish that quest, plant or build the vegetable stand, and then we'll have a little look how much time we've got left. What we'll do in future as well is I'll try and schedule these play sessions, and I will stick up on Twitter when I'm going to be doing one and my friend code, and if anybody wants to jump in on one of these videos and do some farming with me while I'm making it, that'd be really cool. Oh, they run out of water already. No, they're fine. Right, let's have a look at this vegetable stand and where we can put it. So, quite a big investment this early on. And I quite like to put my shops near the bus stop for some reason. Sort of makes sense to me. Get off the bus, you go and buy something. So I think we're going to stick the veggie stall here next to the bus stop. And there we go. So that's cleaned us out of a lot of coins, but we'll hopefully start reaping the benefits of that soon. So I've got a couple of minutes left for these. We water these again. By the time we finish watering the top ones, these bottom ones will probably be ready to harvest. And then we can get our next quest. Move towards getting that tractor. Quite a lot of farming games on the Switch. I mean, obviously it's a popular genre, niche genre, but popular nevertheless. I tried Farming Simulator, which is a good game on the Switch. Performs pretty well. Probably very well actually for how well it's been ported and the ports that came after it that didn't quite live up to expectations. But while I love driving the vehicles and doing the sort of realistic farming, it's, don't know, something just doesn't quite click with me. I find it a little bit statistic heavy. So here we go. These are ready to pick now. So we just follow around and pick all these up. So there we see we've leveled up our lettuce. All leveling up does is make the crop slightly more valuable to sell. So when we're picking it, well, it says it's now worth 30. I thought it was 30 anyway. Well, I don't know. That's the rumour that I read anyway, that when you level up a crop, it's worth slightly more to sell. Try and get some definite information on that. Music in this game, I mentioned it on my first video, but it's really excellent. I'm going to have to look up the creator. He does get a mention at the start in the credits. It's just perfect for this game, just lots of different relaxing tunes. Right then. Couple more and we are done, and there we go. So quest complete. So if you're looking at the top right hand corner, we've got a nice bit of money, some diamonds, and the little pink rosette. I think they call it a medal in the game, but that's kind of another currency that you can buy things with. I think the tractor unlocks once you get 2 medals. So we're going to need another one. So let's have a look at the next quests. So Together Forever. That's from Jessica. I'm hosting a big dinner party for all my friends of Oakheart, and I need products of the best quality. I'm counting on you. 30 carrots. That's going to be some dinner party. Probably for all her rabbits. Okay. I don't think we planted any carrots, did we? We collected some. Can't buy it in the wrong season for getting those. You can only plant the carrots in spring, autumn and winter. I'm currently in summer, so we'll prepare the ground. Just looking, because I'm sure we collected some of these. Doesn't tell you anywhere. Never mind. Right. Let's have a look over here. So this is our vegetable store. You can see it's got a little pink box at the top. Means we're ready to sell. And there we go. We've got another 5 diamonds. So I think we'll plant these carrots and maybe call it a day for this video for now. So we'll keep them short for the time being anyway, when there's not much going on these early ones. All we can do really at the moment is plough, plant and water, and then harvest. But things unlock pretty quickly in this game, and there's no end of stuff to pick from, so we'll start unlocking stuff very soon. start creating something that looks a bit more like a farm. Right, that's ready for our carrots once the season turns. See in the top right hand corner, that sunshine in the stop clock. That's the season. Seasons change every 17 minutes. So I've got another few minutes before we head into what's the next season? Autumn. Ooh. Can unlock a sprinkler system to plant near your crops, and that will automate a lot of the watering. They cost, I think they were two medals for one little sprinkler, so it costs a lot of money. So what else can we do while we're waiting to plant these carrots? So have a little look. We could plant some more peanuts or lettuce. Might do that. Some apple trees, we can make a little orchard. Some decorations, some fencing, some pathway. Let's plant some trees. Let's get a little apple orchard going over here. Again, you can use the tractor to harvest trees, so I recommend planting them in a 3x3. Something like that. So you drive a tractor into the middle one and collect all those apples. I hope that hasn't cleared us out of money for buying carrots. That's okay, they're 35 each. So we can get 20, so we've got 700 coins. We didn't pin that quest. Oh, she needs 30, but we can get around that, that's fine. I think actually, as we've still got a few minutes for the season to end, we'll end this video here, and then we can start the next one with those carrots getting planted. So we'll call it a day, and join me on the next video, episode 2 of our Farm Together playthrough, and I look forward to seeing you then. Catch you later.